Hello, welcome back to Matt's Coins. Today I want to discuss the price of a pint of beer. I'm not going to talk about the price of a pint of beer today. I want to go back 108 years and look at the price of a pint of beer in 1914, the outbreak of World War One, when a pint of beer would cost you threepence. This little silver, or 0.925 silver coin would be enough for a pint. And even though this is very warm, when one of these, I know this is a Victoria one, would get you 4. Moving on to 1918, that cost had actually risen slightly. So in 1918, the cost of a pint of beer was 4.5 pence. There we go, 4.5p. Now, Now if we jump forward to 1920, we're now up at 6pence. There we go, to 1920 threepences there. 1920 being the year that they changed from 0.925 to 0.500 silver, of course. Then if we jump forward to 1938, only one change to how you buy a pint of beer, and that's we've now gone from the silver threepences and the brass ones have been introduced. Silver threepences were still issued in 1937, but these are what would have been then new brass ones, intended for issuing into circulation with Edward VIII, of course. But you'll note that the price of beer has stayed the same. So we're at 18 years where the price of a pint of beer stayed at 6pence. However, war was just around the corner, and the price of the beer actually went up. So what we got here is 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10 pence. 10 pence for a pint of beer, up from 6pence, what was that, 3 years earlier? So all that stayed relatively static for all of that time, and then suddenly the price of beer goes up. Let me just put these coins down here. There we go. So moving on just 2 years, and we've gone from 10 pence to 1 shilling, 2 pence. So we've gone up, what's that, 4 whole p. I'll show off some of the coins whilst we're here. 1943 shilling, 0.925 silver, of course. And we move forward then to 1946, so we're 3 years further on again, but the cost of beer has only increased by roughly a farthing, quarter of a penny. There we go, 1946. Moving on to 1948, two years further along the line again, and we're now up at 1 shilling and 4 pence. We're now into Queen Elizabeth II's reign, and the price of beer has actually dropped a little bit. We're now at 1 shilling, 3 pence and a quarter. And then moving on to 1966, and the price of beer has gone up by, what's that, just around 6pence. So one of these little fellas here, and the price of a pint is now 1 shilling and 10 pence. Now the final date I've got in this particular example of the price of beer and how it's inflated over time comes from 1971, which is the time of decimalisation. So it's only right that I bring in some decimal coins into this. So we've gone from 1 shilling 10 pence in 1966 up to 16 new pence for a pint. So we could actually argue that that's what, 3 shillings plus a penny, which was roughly, what's that, 2.5 old p. So 3 shillings, call it 3 shillings 2 pence for a pint of beer at the time of decimalisation. I've just realised that's a fairly recent 5p I've got there, and not what I thought it was. I just picked it up quite quickly. Of course, when originally introduced, it would have said new pence there. But the penny is a 1971, and the 10p is a 1968. So, yeah, so we've gone from threepence through to 16 new p in the data that I have here. Well, I hope that proved to be informative to people. If you did enjoy this video and you would like to see more, please subscribe to my page, like this video, and hopefully more content like this will appear in the future. Thank you for watching.